Alright, so today we're solving another mystery. It is the darkness of the living room. What are we doing with this still spaceship exposed section, which is one of the most popular questions we get when people see the van. So, the solution is right here. Yes, this is a TV. More importantly, it is a broken TV.
And I'm sure that answers your question.
So you might ask, why do I need a broken TV to fix the lighting problem in my living room? Well, what we're building today is a daylight panel. It's an LED light panel which should look like daylight. The light that it emits should actually look more like daylight rather than the sort of direct LED light that we have right now. This light is wonderful. It's just, I don't know, we just want to try it. I don't know why we're doing it. I saw it on YouTube, okay? I saw this idea on YouTube and I thought, hey, it'll be cool, let's do it. And because we wanted 2 skylights in the van, one here and one at the back where it is at the moment, but because we put our solar panels above us, there was no longer space for a skylight in the living room. So I was like, well, I don't want to fully give up on the daylight aspect coming through my ceiling there, so let me just make my own artificial one. So okay, it went down the rabbit hole. That's it. And I would like to give full credit to DIY Perks who got us into this rabbit hole, because we saw him do really cool stuff with LEDs and he built a daylight panel, which we're going to attempt to do today with slight modifications to try and make it work, obviously for a 12-volt system, and we put in a campervan. If you like somebody who knows what they're doing, you should go check out his video. There'll be a link in the description. And the reason we're using an OTV is because OTVs have a lot of useful components in them that can help construct the daylight panel and make it easier and essentially cheaper, because there's layers in the screen, which we'll get into later in the video, which then can basically help create the daylight effect. So the first job though is to disassemble this TV and see what we're working with, because we need to make sure that we definitely have the right layers for it. This haze is created by a lot of teeny tiny dots. It disperses the light and you see how it sort of crisscrosses. That's because it has a lot of tiny dots zigzagging through it. So that's another way of diffusion that lets the light come out a certain way. So we'll study that in a minute.
But I think that's one of the layers we'll need.
Yeah, that's one of the key things for daylight.
Okay, now.
What's this? That's just a white piece of paper now.
Okay.
Right.
I don't see the Fresnel layer. So we dismantled a second TV, and this was a much older TV, so this is what it actually looks like inside, a bit different. But this one adds the layers, so this is like a almost opaque plastic, but this is something called a Fresnel layer. So it makes the light look like it's coming from further back.
So we have the backlight, or not the backlight, the white panel.
Yeah.
Then we can have this acrylic piece. This is the acrylic piece.
Whoa.
Can you see?
You look like someone's just added blur plus 200 to your edges. Like, it looks like you have no legs. And now your head's like splayed out, like someone's just taken a big pile of paint and just gone.
Okay, so this is the acrylic with all the little diffusion pads.
Yes.
So we're definitely using this one.
Yeah, that will spread the light from the LEDs out much
we'll
more
test
evenly.
it out in a minute with the LEDs. And obviously we don't need the other plastic here.
No.
Because that's really opaque.
So this is the layer that we're interested in.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the Fresnel layer. So essentially these layers refract the light in such a way that it moves the horizon. So you don't know exactly where the light's coming from. It gives more depth of field essentially. So it's not as flat, which creates more atmosphere and makes it look more a bit like daylight.
Yeah.
And
this is mainly why we're using the TV.
So it's like, yeah, this is the layer that we need generally. So as you can see, at some points, before my limbs or hands or whatever are actually behind the layer, they appear to be behind the layer. And that's kind of the thing we're going for, I suppose.
There you go. It looks like Polly's on the TV now. Look at that. That looks strange. Looks like you're flat. Yeah.
Everything looks really blurry to me. I don't know what you're actually seeing.
It looks very strange. Your body is disconnected. Your top half of your body is disconnected from the bottom half. Oh, and the more I move the angle, the worse it gets. Oh, and now you flip sides. Very strange layer. Very strange. So we need to, that one, because it was from the bigger TV, we need to cut that one to size.
But essentially, I think we just need those 3 layers and Bob's your uncle. So, LEDs.
So, I think we're going to use this entire metal frame. Now, it's got LEDs already in it, one on each side, from the look of it. But we're going to pull them out and replace them with the actual LEDs that we've got currently on the ceiling, because they're a lot brighter, a lot nicer. And because these LEDs are for a TV, their colour balancing is very different and they tend to oversaturate colours, so we want to go with a more natural light, not these ones. So it looks like these are just a couple of screws. When you end up threading the head of the bolt, you drill through it. They're removed. Alright.
So this panel is going to live up here.
And luckily, the TV that we managed to get, its frame fits near perfectly in that gap. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So this part here, and obviously the whole perimeter is going to have its own cladding, so you're not going to see any of that construction bit. Ooh. So these are the LEDs we're using. The link is in the description down below, but we really like how they worked out on the rest of the van. Now we have a choice whether to put the LEDs the same way as they were attached before, which is 2, also 1 here on this side and 1 on this side as well, so they'll be facing each other, or to put a single strip along the long edge here. I think it might be better for what we're going for to put one along the long edge.
Yeah, I think so.
Though, first time doing it, not an expert, so whatever. Yeah, so thinking, so this has some adhesive on the back, and I was thinking just to use it to stick the LEDs.
There we go. Like it was designed for it.
It's a little tail.
Right, so I've temporarily wired this up to our leisure batteries with a temporary switch, just to see how much light they're actually going to produce off our batteries. So, that light off.
So you remember how dim it was before? Let's see if it's any brighter.
Right, fuse is in.
Whoa, okay. Sorry if anybody got blinded there. I think we found our problem.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to decide whether we need another strip of LEDs right here.
Hmm.
Okie dokie. So, where are we at? We have decided to put 2 LED strips. So this is the original one. Then we've wired this along this black cable here. The second one. Yeah. Okay. So now these 2 strips should act as a singular LED strip. Okay. And the light will come both from this side and hopefully be brighter and disperse more effectively. Now it's very hard to judge how the panel looks or will look on the ceiling when it's down, because all of these diffusion and Fresnel layers change how the light looks depending on the angle you're looking at it from, and basically when LEDs illuminate from underneath, they feel very different than when they're down. So the lights that we have now were much dimmer when they were on the floor. Like, they were bright, but they didn't like illuminate properly. So it's very, very difficult. This is just a complete guess. but we've done 2 just in case, and now this is just some double-sided tape to stick the white backing. We're wired again.
Yep. Right, light off.
Off, yeah.
Where's the
And
switch?
Switch.
Ooh.
Okay, that feels a bit brighter now.
Right, so first the acrylic layer. Put that on like so. Then we have the diffusion layer. There we go. And then the Fresnel layer.
Right, so that is brighter.
Yeah. Alright. Seems a bit better. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, so if I lift it up here, so the
So
horizontal.
now as we twist, we'll lose sight of the LED points.
Yep.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
Right, so that's 90.
Yeah, twist as much as you can down.
Well done.
I need to move a bit further back because of the cable.
There you go.
Okay. So this is kind of how we're going to be seeing it on the ceiling, I think.
Take
What?
this, please.
What is this? Wait,
They were 10 pence.
you just went for wood. So you're telling me that you went to B&Q for 1 piece of wood and then you bought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these.
I was thinking.
8 of these.
They're 10 pence, and I was thinking, drill these onto the wall, and then you can have magnets on the back and stick something to it.
Okay, we'll find out what we're gonna do with 8 of these hanging brackets in our small camper van. Anyway, so we have the wood now for all of the trim, which is why some went to B&Q, and now we need to mount our daylight panel. So as usual, we have to contend with our curvy van roof and our flat, straight piece of panel that we have. So our daylight panel is completely straight. It has the frame of the TV, which the manufacturers nicely did straight for us, but no, that's not what we need. We need... Okay, so we need to find a way to mount the daylight panel to this curvy piece, and this is our invention. The bottom is flat, the top is curvy. So this is step 1. Let's do it because it's not going to make any sense if we're trying to explain what we're doing.
Wonderful.
Right. And the panel is going to slot in here.
Right.
Okay, acrobatics time.
Okay. Right. Panel can now slot into that. Yep. Okay. We've got the panel up. So if you grab the wires that we did months ago. Should be the shorter one of the two.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Right about that. There you go.
Excellent.
That's in there.
Right, so you're going to have strong hands to hold this whilst I solder that.
It's going to be painful.
Which one's positive and which one's negative?
The one at the top? I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
We're going to have to take the panel down. One moment, guys.
It is fun.
There you go, let go. Right, that's holding it in temporarily. This should work, so lights off. Where's maximum?
This is nice.
This is maximum. Oh, that looks cool. Oh yeah.
So this is supposed to be like daylight. So not like this. It does remind me of daylight. It's dimmer than those ones.
Yeah.
It's definitely dimmer because obviously it's behind stuff, even though that's 2 strips. And
it works. It works. By the way, I don't actually think we've shown you, but not only is this daylight panel, you know, turn on and off, we've actually got it on a dimmer switch. So we installed this in our lighting box a couple of months ago in preparation for this moment.
dun 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 dun. Okay, well, honestly, it does remind me of daylight. This is a pretty bright daylight, but if I dim it a little bit, there you go. That's about as much light as you get, you know, from a skylight. Like when we have our skylight and we'll compare it. And obviously this is slightly unnaturally illuminated at the edges.
Yeah.
But, in all honesty, it's a very soft light. It's not like the studio light feeling in the back.
Yeah. And actually,
this doesn't hurt my eyes as much, and I can look at a panel and not be like, oh, because when I look at my LEDs at the back, it hurts. But that's what we want at the back, because that's where we work and other things. This is more of a living room, the bedroom, less work happens here, I guess. See, I'm just looking.
Yeah. I think it was definitely the right idea.
It does remind me of daylight. I did not know whether to really expect it to. I know I was making a daylight panel. I know I was following the instructions to make a daylight panel. I just didn't quite know what to expect. But see, like this corner, it hits it exactly like the way light coming through a window would.
Yep.
And then the shadows are right.
Yep, definitely right. I mean, the camera's picking up where the 2 LED banks actually are.
Here, you mean?
Yeah.
It's bright on the camera,
The camera is picking it up, but honestly...
I'm picking it up too, but obviously, if you come and visit the van, you can get the experience of it, but I'm sure the camera is exaggerating some sections, but like right here, you can just notice how the shadows are just...
Yeah. Actually, something I wanted to test. Let me, because it's dark out now, see? It's completely dark. So if I stand right back here, dim it all the way down but not off. There you go, that's nightlight mode. So if I come in, it's really, really dark.
That's really dim now.
I mean, the camera can still pick you up, but that's dim.
Hold on, let me just do... I will say a cloudy morning gets about here.
Yeah.
That's about a cloudy morning. Then this is getting really sunny, and almost unnaturally sunny.
Yeah.
But like this is like really sunny, but obviously the hue is wrong for really sunny. So really sunny will be yellow. This is a really sunny white light. But okay. I'm exceptionally hungry, guys.
No, you're exceptionally happy and hungry.
Great. I'm happy to be starving. It's in. So let's just flick the other lights on. Let me just look from a distance.
Wow. Look at that.
It accomplished it. The living room is no longer dark, because if
Yeah.
I turn that off...
There you go. This is dark because there's no other lights here. But
that is very pleasant. That actually worked.
and actually it's a lot softer.
Wow, that's enough light. That's definitely good.
It's enough light for nighttime, but not so it's glaring in your face. And this is on maximum. Yeah, that's on maximum in there. Oh, yes. What have we built? It works, though. The important thing is it works.
Dun 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 dun.